Ebusia Franco with this comment, or say, please can you do a video of the airplane 914 that got missing and returned after 37 years? Well, on July 2nd, 1955, a Douglas DC-4 plane with 57 passengers and 5 crew members, and now it was a move from New York to Miami, got missing after the plane took off. According to reports, they searched for the plane for so many years and they did not see the plane until after 37 years. The plane allegedly arrived at Venezuela and landed at the airport. Now, they wanted to be sure, so they called the air traffic control to confirm, say, sa plane na nanke was a landed in Miami on July 2nd, 1955 at 9:55 a.m. Is it the same plane? And after 37 years, Abel landed at Venezuela airport. And the air traffic control people confirmed, say indeed, it is that particular plane and Ababelande. And one strange thing, the plane had the same 57 passengers on board, including the 5 crew members. And according to report, the 57 passengers and the crew members had not aged. It is almost citizen Kojo Junior and Anamiti plane Mubia. Send ye menim tiene, send ye me body city. After 37 years that the plane returned, San Anamiti Bibian Sesai. This was actually the story that was reported as at that time. Now, people became confused and they attributed that particular incident, with the people now to time travel or wormhole travel. And historians, upon hearing this story, tried researching into this particular incident to get facts on their back story, whether indeed the story of Air Flight 914 actually happened and the 57 passengers with the 5 crew members indeed were on board so they started. Now, the first thing that they uncovered was the source of this particular story. It is believed that the story originated in the Weekly World News, and Weekly World News in 1970s was known for publication of false news. And the second thing, after getting to know the source of the story, they also went ahead to find out supporting evidence that they could get, like records of such events, air traffic control logs, or information from the Civil Aeronautic Board accident records. They wanted to get records of this particular incident because all these people will have information on them because it will be reported. They checked and shockingly, they didn't find any records on this incident. But they proceeded further, and then this time round, they requested for a picture either of the plane, the passengers that were on board, or the crew members, just to know, say, if as at that time, they would have gotten some of the passengers that were alive and come to me for them to actually brief them of what really happened on July 2nd, 1955. And once again, there was no picture of any passenger, any crew member, or any plane. The only picture that they provided was a stock photo that they picked from the internet. And it was actually not a picture of the actual plane that they said, a year. So they concluded, if there are no records or pictures or even people that can confirm, that particular incident in Syria, then it means the story did not really happen. Nemu madia bakwa ema omubejidie se adie no esia na sensi no. The same Weekly World News, the people that first published the story, they reprinted the story. But then when you look at the stories that they reprinted now, the dates were different with different timelines and then a lot of inconsistencies. So they came to the conclusion that the story of Pan AM Flight 914 that allegedly got missing on July 2nd, 1955 and returned after 37 years was actually a fictional story that gained a lot of interest because of how intriguing the story was. And this is what folklorists mostly consider as urban legend, modern legend, or urban myth. It is simply stories that people believe is here, but largely stories are it never happened. Just a myth or urban legend that exists, but not a true life story. An urban legend, Professor Richard Dawson and Professor Jan Harrod and it makes his abroad public in the year 1968. And as you know, Professor Dawson there, Ofrimu in 1981 at the age of 65. But Professor Harrod there, he's still alive at the age of 92. It's a urban legend. It's just an English that we can use to describe this particular story. And Frank, wherever that you heard a story from, it's a fictional story that did not actually happen. But then it's very interesting. And I believe said to the people that knew nothing about this story, and so SUBB. And that is why it is very important important to always not believe anything that you find on the internet. Make sure you get the facts just to know say ampa asem na esino. Stop jumping into conclusions without getting to know the whole story or the facts of the issue. It's as simple as that. Drop a few likes and follow the page for more Mediani Citizen. Kojo Jr. God bless you.